looks like Fanning hitting. Of this final with Mick Fanning versus Julian Wilson. As Renato mentioned, he's been on tour for several decades. This is the first incident he's ever had in pro surfing. Watching this go down, Pachi won your title in '89. Have you ever seen anything like this happen?
No, not at all. I've seen sharks in the water during an event in Reunion. Shane Herring and I got scared out of the water by a big tiger shark, but that's the first time I've ever seen a surfer come that close to being literally attacked in the water. Mick did exactly what he's supposed to do with his leash, and that was a very scary situation.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back to Jeffreys Bay after this.
As we saw that taking place,
easily the craziest thing I've ever seen in a surf competition. Surfers, you have to deal obviously with a lot of crazy stuff, and sharks is one of those things. But I've never seen. No one's ever seen someone get attacked in a heat, and that's basically what happened there. So, it's really up to the commissioner. It's up to Mick and Julian if they can compose themselves, if they want to compete today or if they want to compete tomorrow. What are we going to do? That there's a decision to be made here.
we can see they're having the conversation out there on the boat. This is the first time in the history of our sport, a very unique situation that we're dealing with. First and foremost, let's just say our blessings for Mick Fanning that he's completely okay, unscathed. He's only got a broken leash. As again, we watched it taking place. We are so happy that he was able to.
It was such a. We just didn't know what was going on. So that's what we're talking about right now. So we got to make sure it's all safe.
Well, you point out the water safety. Peter Mell touched on it earlier, and those guys were right on the moment. And luckily that they had them out there, because if there was not some sort of a motorized vehicle to get in there and kind of scare that shark away, the worst could have happened. So hats off to the Water Patrol as well.
Yeah, I agreed. They were on it within seconds. So again, very unique. Obviously the shark was interested, and Mick's surfboard kind of came from behind there.
Called off for the day. They did not want to send these guys back out in these conditions. They've gathered them up on the boat. They've taken them around to the back of Boneyards, which is the very top, where they can actually step off onto the sand, so they don't have to worry about any, the men in the gray suit. And they're going to come in. They're going to reassess. They're going to have the conversation with the two finalists, and basically go over the situation and figure out the best outcome for this, whether they call it a tie basically in the final here or move to tomorrow, which is a possibility.